Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. Today I wanted to do a monthly plan with me in my common planner. This is the A5 and I wanted to do a kind of synopsis of like what happened or like how I'm planning in the monthly section, because I always feel like this is a place I struggle so much in terms of use out of a planner. So I always want to use the monthlies to make them beautiful and colorful and full and just everything. And I think what I learned at the end of 2023 is that I wasn't really in love with the, top to bottom covered page in the monthly section just because I couldn't see what was going on. So for this year, at least so far, I'm trialing out keeping it very, very minimal. And this is what my January looks like, and we're pretty much done with January. I don't have a whole lot of things written down. I mainly just have the astrology info I like, birthdays, holidays, and then like a small task list on the side. I can see everything that I need to know, and I think that's wonderful. I do think it's a little too blank, so I think for February I'm gonna add a little bit of decoration just to make it look a little bit more full, but I'm not going to be adding a whole bunch of words. At least I don't think. It's not part of the plan. But for supplies, I'm going to be using pretty much stickers from my shop and then also from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I have a few washi tapes that I'm going to be using as well. And on that note, I'm probably going to start with the washi just because it's easier for me to work around it once it's down. So the washis I'm using are this pink one that I've had for a millennia, I feel like. I've had this one forever. I don't use pink washi that much, so that's why it's still pretty full. This one is from London Gifties, and then I'm also going to be using another tape from the washi tape shop. This one is the Pink Ballet one, I think. It's another one of their newer florals. I absolutely adore all of their tapes when they're florals. They're just always a winner. Anyways, I'm going to stick down this base washi first. And this one's a little thick, so I'm going to actually rip it in half because I don't want it to be that bold. The next thing I'm going to do is add in my holidays. This is my tiny handwritten holidays from my shop. This is on the clear matte paper, and we have quite a few, I feel like, in February. So I'm going to just start sticking them down. There is also a day of the Sabbath, and that is 𝗏𝗏. I don't necessarily celebrate these in terms of like the religious version of them. I just like to follow it in terms of seasonal things. These are a new release from my shop. They're the Sabbath scripts, and I tried to make them all fit within the A5 1.3-inch columns, but I will say one of them, the 𝗏𝘃𝗃, I'm really bad with pronunciation on these, but this last one is slightly bigger. So, but the rest of them will fit within the columns. Anyways, that starts on the 1st of February, and then we have a moon. These are also a newer release in my shop. These are the full moon names, and our snow moon is our full moon that is happening in February, and that moon peaks on the 24th, so I'm just gonna stick that right there. Okay, this is getting pretty simple so far. Nothing super substantial other than the little tidbits I have left. The only other thing really I'm going to put in the squares are my appointments and birthdays, which I do have quite a few birthdays and I have very few appointments. So this month I will be celebrating my friend Madison's birthday, my boyfriend's 30th birthday, which is very exciting, and then my grandma's birthday. She's going to be, I believe, 92 at the end of February. I'm not sure on her. She might be 91. I have to go check. But it's still a really big deal, and we're going to celebrate because that's a milestone. I mean, once you get to a certain age, I feel like everything slows down for you. Next, I'm going to take my Pentel Sign brush pen. This is the bright pink one. It's not the darkest pink and not the lightest pink. It's like the middle one. But I'm going to use this to just kind of doodle out February down here. And I've already misspelled it. It's February. Great. And I'm kind of just thinking I'm going to roll with it. And we're just going to put the U here. And it's going to be fine. It's February. I'm just saying it in a fun way. We'll say it that way. I don't really care that it's misspelled, honestly. I find that whenever I make mistakes in my planners or journals, they're more entertaining to me to look back on than anything else. And honestly, I love when you guys comment on something if I don't mention it in my videos and you're like, you misspelled that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And it's fine. But I'm not going to spend my time trying to cover it up, I feel like, because it's honestly where my brain was at the time, and it is what it is. And for my sidebar, I've been just writing in this month. I do have a sticker I could use, but I like coordinating my color right now, and having this in a bright color has been really fun. And then I'm going to go ahead and get about halfway down, and I'm going to do my highlights section. And I just like to have a space where I can dedicate something positive for the month to look back on in like a review type of way. And then at the bottom, I'm going to do my zodiac information. This is just something that I like to keep track of personally. I find this stuff incredibly interesting and I love to like research into it more and do all that kind of stuff just because I find it interesting for myself. But for February, we will be exiting Aquarius season and moving into Pisces season. All right, so in an attempt not to smudge my writing, I'm going to lay down a piece of paper that I have somehow, there we go, misplaced. And then for my month over here, I'm going to use just a dot marker to make little dots of the different things that I want to keep track of. This is from the mild set of the Zig dot markers, and I have to say, I'm not 100% a fan. I have to do like 3 or 4 like marks just to get it to even make anything show up, which is kind of annoying to me if I'm being honest. So in addition to writing down a few things at the beginning of the month that I'm working on, whether that's like my dandelions release or any of the birthday stuff I'm doing, I also will be attending a Super Bowl party for my friend Madison's birthday. That's what she likes to throw for her birthday every year. And I also like to go and reference my goals section. So to keep up with my goals that I'm trying to achieve this year, I love having this in the same planner that I'm planning in because it's easy to reference anytime I want. So what I've been trying to do is when I'm setting up my monthly task list or my more important things that I need to do for the month, I come back to my goals page and I look at my monthly column and I see exactly what I need to work on. So I know for my inspiration, I need to find a new cultural dish to make, which for January, if you were curious, we made 𝗏𝘅𝘅, which is a Colombian dish, and it was absolutely delicious. I also want to make sure that I go on a nice date with my boyfriend. So since he's celebrating his birthday, we'll likely do something really special for that. So I know that's already pretty much written down. Then for my spiritual, I have on here that I want to do monthly tarot pulls and cleansing of our house. So I need to write down that I need to do a cleansing and I need to do my monthly tarot. For my mental, I have on here that I want to read 2 books per month at least, watch 1 TV show or movie in Spanish, which on January, I watched one that was like half Spanish, half English. So I want to do something a little bit more full Spanish for February. For wealth, I have on here just keep up with my monthly budget, and then also work on stuff for my dandelion diaries. And then for health, I have on here my fasting stuff and my running stuff, and then also my eating out intentions. So all that being said, I'm going to write down all of those things in this column as well, just so that way they're prevalent every time I turn to this monthly page and look at it. It's not like I have to reference the goals page every time. It's I'm pulling that information forward, which is going to help me over the months over time. At least that's what I'm intending for this. And then for my monthly highlights, I'm just going to do like 3 dots spaced out, because usually 3 is enough, but if I want to add more, I can always add more. And then the last little bit I'm going to put down here is the information about the zodiacs. Like I said, like to keep track of this because I find it very interesting. So from my research, Aquarius season is from January 20th to February 17th for my region. And Aquarius is all about knowledge and freedom and movement. It is an air sign. It is usually really about just cognizance. So its typical function is I know. And then Pisces season is from February 18th to March 18th in my area. And its kind of directive is dreaming and believing. So I see it as kind of like visioning, like spirituality, hoping on things, dreaming about things, anything in that sort of realm. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do here is just add some decorative bits since I'm pretty much done planning in a sense. I don't really have anything else I need to write down at this moment. I find that leaving it blank too helps with allowing me to go back in and add stuff if things come up, whether that be appointments or anything else. And again, I'm just using this washi tape shop newer floral tape. I believe it is called Pink Ballet. And I'm just going to use a few small pieces because I don't want this to be overwhelming. As I said, I'm trying to approach this differently than I did last year since I didn't really enjoy having the page-to-page wall of stickers. Not that I don't enjoy that. I think it's really fun, but I wanted it to be more functional for me and be able to actually see what I'm doing and what's going on. Alrighty, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to do for my monthly. I know that's pretty simple, pretty quick, but honestly, this is about functionality for me, and I'm trying to make this work the way it works best for me. While it sucks that I misspelled February, I'm still gonna have a good laugh at this every time I see it, and I hope it inspires you to not worry so much about the perfection of your planner or book and just take what happens as it comes, because who knows, maybe you were meant to spell it this way for a reason so you could have that laugh later or whatever. I don't know. I always misspell things on camera and I'm just trying to roll with it. If you use your monthlies besides a like scheduling type format, I would love to hear about what you use them for. Do you do like a drawing a day, a doodle a day? Do you write down a little small entry every day? I would love to have a list of ideas in the comments, not just for myself, but also for anybody else who watches. I think it's a really fun time to just have a community discussion about what you use your monthlies for, because honestly, the possibilities I feel like are so endless and everybody could use some good ideas every now and then. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, for joining me here today, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments or send me an email or message or something and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, once again, thanks, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.